And I don't know if you saw something interesting happen on Twitter.
What's that?
Mufti Menk.
Oh yeah, yeah. The kids love him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, a lot of sisters love him too. Yeah.
Well,
No, that's it's true.
yeah,
They like his style. A lot of people
the
like, the
sisters,
compassionate.
the compassionate
Well,
man.
for him, for Mufti Menk, is not just the compassionate, is his way, his delivery.
Yeah.
He's always like the Almighty. It's like
Look, he's a great orator.
may Allah bless him. Yeah.
The guy has been able to, you know, make Islam accessible for people and so on. But the issue, my friend, is that
What was it that you were gonna
so what
mention?
happened? Yeah. So the issue is that he's very timid about speaking about the uncomfortable issues.
Mm.
So there's a tweet he sent where he condemned what's happening in Palestine, the genocide, without using any of these words. He, instead of genocide, he used the word unaliving.
Oh.
Have you ever play Roblox or ever go on Twitter, on TikTok?
No.
They use this word unalive
Yeah, because they don't want to be
because the
censored.
filters catch words like murder or kill and stuff like that.
Okay. Okay.
So they unalive, and he doesn't talk about Israel or Zionists.
Yeah, but is
He talks
doing it-
about a specific strategic location, not Palestine. He talks about barbarism. He doesn't use the word genocide.
So, but what's wrong with him not wanting to be censored or whatever, so he reaches more people?
No, but like we know you're not going to get censored on Twitter if you say these words, right? Especially as a big figure like him.
Oh, this is on
Other
Twitter.
bigger people. Yeah, this is on Twitter.
Okay.
This is a tweet.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think people like Mufti Menk and other people who, for better or for worse, have come to represent Islamic figures, have come to represent Islam, need to live up to that standard, need to live up to that mantle of al-ulama warathatul anbiya, that the scholars are the inheritors of the prophets. If you call yourself Mufti, and we spoke about this a little bit before, but
Yeah.
Yani, if it's Brother Nas who's just kind of making online YouTube
Ustad,
content.
Ustad
No,
Nas.
not Ustad, not
Oh,
Ustad.
no,
Just
no.
Brother Nas,
Brother Nas, okay.
making some content, going through the Sunnah, getting us to learn how to do tajweed.
Yeah.
And he doesn't talk about Palestine, or he doesn't talk about Sharia. He doesn't talk about political Islam and so on. Okay, but if you're a Mufti, you have to represent Islam comprehensively.
Be clear, I guess. You have to be clear.
You have to be clear. You have to be brave. You have to hit the chords. Like, the uncomfortable discussion is the most important discussion to have. The uncomfortable topic is, by definition, the most important topic to speak about. If something is easy to speak about, then by definition, there's going to be thousands of people talking about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, akhi, you can go make a YouTube channel to teach people Arabic. It's great benefit.
Yeah.
But bro, there's so many people doing that. If you want to make an impact in this ummah, go where few dare to venture.
Right. And I think it's more so, it's not just about that. It's about like whenever we're trying to find our place of contribution to the ummah,
Yeah.
a lot of times we're scattered. Everyone's doing their own thing. Everyone's trying to figure out based on their own interpretations, based on their own likings, based on their own kind of like the feedback that they got for their content or what they feel like is going to be beneficial.
That's
right?
a good point.
Some people will teach like the heart softeners, right?
Yeah.
And then because of that, a lot of people are like, whoa, 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 whoa. Or some people will answer fiqh questions, right?
Yeah.
Like, is this like fatwas? Like, is this halal or haram?
Yeah.
And everyone loves those things. Can I wipe over the socks or not? Like, when I
Yeah.
travel, what happens is. So because of the feedback that they get from the people, they think this is where my place is. This is what I need to do for them. So we're really scattered, and that's the problem. We
Yeah.
actually need to be organized, like everyone else organizes. Like the sunan of this material world
Yeah.
is all organization. Like you would never, like if you're trying to build a building, right? Or you're trying to build a, construct a building, you're not going to tell a bunch of construction workers, like, just show up and do whatever you guys want, whatever skill set you have, just go for it.
Yeah.
No, they're gonna, like, at some point they're gonna realize, and they're gonna get together and be like, okay, we're scattered. What do you guys want to do? What do you want to work on? What do you want? I need you to do this. You need somebody, like, you need a head. You need, there's
The
different
foreman,
areas.
yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head because while you were speaking, yeah, you got it. Because while we were speaking, like, I realized I don't want people to get the impression that I think that everybody should go and do the same thing.
Yeah.
Because to accomplish the objective of revival that we want to do, we need a diverse group of people with a diverse skill set doing different kinds of channels. Like, lots of these things, which we shouldn't belittle, Like even the kind of work that Mufti Menk does,
Yeah.
can that be part of a strategy?
100%.
Absolutely.
100%. Yeah.
Like, and Imam Tom, like he has this video where he mentions this. He talks about how, don't look down on people and call them watering down Islam, because they might be level one for somebody, and they can become
That's
part of a
exactly what it
hierarchy.
is.
But I
Yeah.
would still be critical of that. And because sure, like you can have a different style that's more amenable for, let's say, a level one kind of person, and maybe you want to focus on being a top of the funnel kind of person without ever compromising.
Right.
Like you can never like misrepresent Islam.
Yeah, compromise is one thing, and the other thing also is to also lead people in the right direction. Because like, what then after? Like,
Yeah.
what's the next stage? I know for myself, and I'm sorry I'm cutting you off. Did you want to
No, no,
finish your
no.
point?
Like I think you're continuing my point.
Yeah. So like the way I got back on my deen, you can say,
Yeah.
alhamdulillah, is at first I needed those heart softeners. I needed the good feel good, I needed those ahadith and the ayat that really make me feel a lot better
Mm.
about, hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the mercy of Allah, and the opportunities for reward, and the actually expiation of sins as well. So that was all a blessing. And then slowly but surely, at some point, what I did was, unfortunately, I started to idolize the social media idols, which is like the
Mm.
figures, the faces that we see on social media.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, like I was exposed to speakers from Yaqeen Institute, from Al Maghrib Institute, from Miftah Institute. I love them all. May Allah bless them. I remember they had a knowledge retreat in the US, Texas, their first knowledge retreat. And I benefit a lot. I went because I'm like, all the people that I've been watching,
They're gonna be there.
they're gonna be there. I'm basically meet them all in one shot. So might as well, spend
Yeah.
the bag and go for it. So I did, alhamdulillah. I benefited a lot. I enjoyed it. But being there in person really humbled, I don't know how to say this, but humbled them in my eyes.
You saw them as human.
I'm like, they're human. And the thing is, I wanted to go and talk to them and be like, but I started seeing a lot of like younger people line up, and and then I'm like, this is giving me like,
this is wrong.
this is giving me like fan vibes, like, which is, I
Yeah.
don't know how I felt about it. Me
Yeah.
growing up in where I grew up, like, it feels wrong for me to go and like do that to another like person. Like I don't like idolize and like fangirl and like whatever it is.
Yeah, it's not manly.
It's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just felt like I'm not gonna do that.
And not
But then,
Islamic, definitely.
but then I realized, I'm like, the issue is that, like, going forward, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look through the messenger and focus on the message. The only reason I love them so much
Yeah.
is because they are delivering the message. It's the message that I'm in love with. You know what I mean? Point is, like, after that kind of experience, I realized, with every event that I would go to, it would always be the same kind of like conclusion, which is like, go back to your communities and implement what you've learned. And it's really open-ended. So it's beautiful, but like I went back thinking, what I need something local to do, like an effort. Like, what do I do? I started being more involved in the masjid. I started, but then when you think of like, okay, how is this connecting to the solution? How is this connecting to changing the world? How is this connecting to liberating and helping our brothers and sisters around the world?